Black people use their hairstyles as a personal expression of who they are and to experiment, to help and to appreciate the significance hair has on Black culture. You don't have to look too far, as each person has their own story. Join me as I continue to explore these different individuals' hair stories.
Front of it would be cane road, and then I'd have a puff at the back.
Mum has to do the hair and it's hurting and I'm there crying.
And I'd want to wear a do-rag on the shop floor. They used to tell me no because it would threaten, quote unquote, the customers.
How many times can we have the same commentary? How many times can we have the same reaction? So I developed Treasure Tress out of a desire to have a more luxurious shopping experience. So I was bored of the traditional hair shop experience where it's full of dusty products, dark lights, terrible customer service. And then I thought, what if I could trial products but at a much cheaper price? And then the whole subscription box model blew up. So we saw like Birchbox, or we saw Dollar Shave Club. And these were subscription boxes for very niche markets. And I thought it would be amazing to develop a subscription box specifically for Black and mixed race women with naturally kinky curly hair, so that we too can have a luxurious sampling experience and find products that really work for us at a consistent and reasonable price.
It's very important that we embrace our origin, what our hair really looks like. So it's quite important because that's the sort of people that we are. I like to see lovely, beautiful, thick, glossy hair, relaxed hair, and it shows that even if you don't keep your hair naturally, you want to put a relaxer on it. If you maintain it nicely, it will grow nicely for you. So I like retouches. I like seeing nice, thick, rich, well kept hair actually.
Growing up, I struggled a lot with combing the hair, wash day, getting the hair wet, like if you went swimming and it would shrink. That was a big struggle.
When I was growing up in Nigeria, we had to wear a specific style every month. So my mum, she grew tired of doing that, and she just buzzed my hair off when I was 3. Consistently from when I was 3 to 6, I didn't have any hair. So I didn't really have much choice in what hairstyles I would have when I was growing up.
I'd probably say the main thing when I was younger, maintaining it, was being the only Black person in school and not knowing that my hair was different to a lot of other people. So when it came to me getting haircuts and stuff, it was just cutting it to straight grade 1. So I was basically bald throughout the whole of year 1 to 6.
So I usually have my hair short, but when I'd let it grow out a little bit, it always gets tangled. So combing it out in the morning to make sure it's all even and stuff was very long. Could take up to like 15 minutes at times.
I feel like when social media started getting into that natural hair type of thing, then I started to know how to actually take care of my hair, which was literally like 5 years ago. But before that, it was literally like Mum has to do the hair and it's hurting and I'm there crying.
Later on, I would always have cornrows. My mum would put it into like those threads.
I would do like some crazy designs in my hair. So I'd have it like the front of it would be cane road, and then I'd have a puff at the back with some like very vibrant bobbles, maybe even lollipops if I was feeling fancy, stuck in my hair. So I would say that that was definitely my go-to, like some very intricately designed cane rows with a puff at the back.
It was either like a one all over, so like a really low cut, or like a little mini afro. Nowhere near as big as this, maybe like 1/5 of the size of this.
I think it's genuinely the best. We can do absolutely anything with our hair. Like last week I had braids. Before I had braids, I straightened my hair. This is a braid out.
So you've got twists, you've got box braids, you have this bun.
The straight grade 1.
We have braids, twists, wigs, leave-in.
Or you could go short back and sides, or you could go like a skin fade.
Braid outs, twist outs, slick it into a bun.
Wigs, weaves.
A low top, a high top, a little afro with a taper fade.
Yeah, just loads of different types of hairstyles, which just are very unique to us and our personalities.
And I just love the versatility of it, and I think that we should definitely feel free to be able to experiment with it. So I think it is the most versatile hair type you'll come across.
Very versatile. in the sense that it's very easy to maneuver. It's very easy to do things to. You can scope it, you can shape in it and put it into whatever direction you want it to be.
So I worked in retail for a while. During that period, I was obsessed with having my hair straight. So I had it cut into a bob because my hair wouldn't grow any longer than a bob, and I used to straighten it like every 2 weeks. That was all I'd done. So that was very acceptable, of course. By the time I graduated university, I had like transitioned my hair from heat damaged hair to natural hair, and I would wear my hair like this, in a braid out or in a high bun or in a low bun, and I would get complimented on my hair a lot. And then I remember when I was leaving, my manager said in my leaving speech, "Oh, Jamelia, we really are going to miss you and your exotic hairstyles." And I was like, wow, my hair's not that exotic.
If I wear different colour braids, or if I have different colour crochet hairstyles in, they have a problem with that.
I had my hair in like a huge puff sitting up on my head, and I worked in the store at Oxford Street. And I remember when I came in, a few of the staff were just like, and they made a few comments like, "Oh, that's an interesting hairstyle that you've chosen to do today." So I was a bit uncomfortable.
When I had cornrows in my hair, or braids in general, and I'd want to wear a do-rag on the shop floor, they used to tell me no, because it would threaten, quote unquote, the customers. Because a do-rag's just to keep your hair protected when it's in braids and stuff, so it doesn't get messy. So I don't really see how it was relevant. It really frustrated me because they're associating something that I used to protect my hair with, I don't know, a gang or some criminal activity, and it's a stereotype which is really frustrating. And I was at a club and the girl came up to me and said, "Can I touch your hair?" And I was like, no, only because I didn't know her and I didn't know where her hands had been or anything, so I was like, I don't really want anything in my hair. She then proceeded just to grab my hair and was like, "Oh, it's so soft and fluffy," and I was like, ugh. It was very frustrating because after you tell people don't touch your hair and they still feel like they have an invitation to do it anyway, it's very frustrating.
Everywhere I go, without fail, I'll get the question. And they will touch it whilst they're asking, "Can I touch your hair?"
In the workplace I did, a lady was telling me a story about her friend who was mixed race and her hair looked similar to mine, and she literally just placed her hand right in there, and I was like, "Oh." But that's it. Like, most people actually ask me.
When I think of cultural appropriation, it's kind of the idea of not really stealing, but taking something from a different culture that stereotypically wouldn't be for you. So, for example, Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner, those kind of people, saying that they invented making wigs or cornrows or having big lips sort of thing. So stuff like that where there's certain qualities that are typically associated with a certain race or a certain social group, and then you kind of take from each group what you want.
Don't just pick and choose at the parts that you like and think, "Oh, that looks really cool, I can make this into a trend."
The Kardashians, like, they have from head to toe appropriated our whole culture.
Like, how many times can we have the same conversation? How many times can we have the same commentary? How many times can we have the same reaction? I think that cultural appropriation isn't restricted to beauty, and I think that it plays a huge part in every area of life. So for me personally, I've just decided to completely ignore it.
I think cultural appropriation, if you give credit to whom credit is due, to the people of colour who naturally wear those hairstyles, I think there is no issue with it.
So they don't really give credit to the people they got the idea from, which is really frustrating as well, because they come out as if like this is this new trend they've set. And it's like, no, we've been doing this for ages, but now you guys have put it on a public limelight. Everyone thinks you've started it, and it just loses its value and meaning.
Now that white Europeans know that people can braid their hair, they want to embrace it. They actually have embraced it a lot. They've embraced the box braid, the plaits. They do all sorts with their hair. So it's not just a black thing anymore. So we're embracing who we really are. And I think a lot of people would like to know that. So it's good that everybody knows the origin of our hair, what our hair looks like, that we do have hair. It's not all about extensions or wigs, but we do have hair as well.